Good afternoon. We are back. What has it been, about 3 or 4 weeks? We're back.
It's been something like that.
And we're back here at 4 o'clock. We plan to be back here more often. Let's just call it the high school sports show. We haven't really come up with a name for it yet, but we'll figure it out. Lots been going on recently. First, we're going to ask our viewers, everybody, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, what's new? Give us something in the comments. What's new in your life?
Ask anything about we'll kind of use this quick couple minutes here to let people file in and ask any questions you have about any teams. We'll be willing to answer the questions.
Well, this will give you a hint what we're talking about today.
More than that too.
It's two more things than that.
We're going to have a busy show today.
Yeah. Let me just see how we're looking online to make sure everything looks good. Because you never know. Because, like you said, the clock stopped on my screen, which it did, but it didn't stop on Instagram. So that's kind of weird and concerning. But
you can check on your personal account too. It works better that way.
The thing's still going. The thing is still at 2.5 minutes. No, never mind.
Oh, this one says 30.
Yeah. What's new? What's new, everybody?
Oh yeah, we're good now.
Dude. Yeah, we got nothing here. All right. You know what?
We're good on Instagram.
All right, so it's 4:01. Okay, so nobody really has anything to say what's new. Just file in at any time. Just tell us what's new. We're going to start with the boys and girls bracket preview. Let me pull this up. Oh, you got it on your computer. Okay. So we're going to start in Division 5
Do you want to
girls.
pull it up on there too or no?
No, because you can't even see it on here.
No, like on the share screen, or we just want to talk about it.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We can.
I was like, we can look at it on here too for a better perspective of it on my laptop.
Yeah, I'm just going to sit back and say, what's new on the WIA website? Nothing, it looks like to me.
Remember when it was shut down on Sunday for a bit?
That was
WIA.
Yeah, because I came out of my busyness schedule on Sunday and I wanted to see. I didn't watch the show, and I'm like, and I saw Travis Wilson's tweet. Oh, the WIA website's down. I'm like, oh, I don't even. Then I texted you. I'm like, okay, who got a good seat? All right. Yeah, we'll just start. We'll just go Division 5 right here. Girls basketball first. Got to give everybody some love. Here, all right, let's share the screen and make sure I'm doing it right. Yep.
Are there any Milwaukee area teams in D5?
Not really.
So,
I mean, there might be Williams Bay, I think, but that's like down by Lake Geneva, so you're kind of pushing it.
I don't even count that as Milwaukee area. I mean, I guess Metro, but
they make it to the state. Yeah. They technically got to cover them.
Yep.
Let's go here.
For our sake, at least.
1 and 2. Okay. So I'll start off right off the bat, and I'm just gonna throw a win at everybody. I'm picking the Assumption Royals to win state championship in Division 5 for girls basketball. I think Elijah's got the same team, right?
No, I got them getting upset by Loyal. No, I'm just kidding. I got Assumption too. Hey, look, I mean, this is a team that we've seen on the Zaleski Sports Network. I'm sure Steve Maves, one of our coworkers, knows a lot about them. I think it's one of his homeschool teams, right?
Yeah.
They every time I watch them, it seems like they blow a lot of teams out the water. And it just makes me think that they're gonna have a really special run this year, and I think they're destined to get to the state championship this year.
Yeah, I mean, so D5 we're picking the Assumption Royals, and let's see, just looking on here, you got number 1 seed like Salone Springs, you got Owen Withy, so and then Sheboygan Christian I think was a 1 seed too as well. Division 4, our friend, I think he follows the Instagram page, but our friend from the Prairie School is going to like my prediction, Mr. Jason Atanasoff. I'm predicting the
boys basketball,
Prairie School Hawks to win the Division 4 state championship. They were there last year, and I think they fell in the semifinals.
The girls basketball team.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, but they're pretty good. I mean, obviously, look at the nice venue they play, and we were there for the border battle for boys basketball. But it's really, like a very nice field house to be a part of. That's a S.C. Johnson field house or whatever. Kind of close to it. So. I'm going to pull this up on my phone just in case somebody has comments.
This is a very, very regional section that you got in the Prairie School section. If you could scroll down, probably maybe on there too, to the Prairie School section. You got teams from the Beloit area in Clinton who the Prairie School is going to play right away. They won yesterday against Heritage Christian, 56-51. Salem School, that's Layton Avenue, south of Milwaukee.
Yeah. Right down by Wilson Park, baby.
Well, you got Abundant Life all the way out in Madison as a 4 seed. I don't know where's Cambridge. I don't know where.
Oh, that's by Johnson Creek, kind of like that's where.
So that's kind of like halfway to Madison and Milwaukee area. St. Joe's, that's in Kenosha, Milwaukee, Juneau, and Deerfield. That's kind of in the middle too.
Cambridge is by Jefferson Speedway, where I used to go watch races.
This is interesting too. The
I go once in a while.
10 seed Milwaukee Juno upset number 7 seed University Lake School, St. John's Northwestern Trinity Academy. Say that twice, 5 times fast.
All right, Division 3. All right, so this is going to be an interesting division. Let's see. Looking at the good teams here, I'm going to pick Kettle Moraine Lutheran. I think that they're a well-rounded team. I mean, obviously, you got teams in here like.
I'm gonna go a different pick with you here. I'm going Catholic Memorial for girls.
Yeah, they're pretty good too.
But that would be the sectional final matchup at Brown Deer High School. That's going to be a good matchup if they have the top 2 seeds control their destiny and win out to go there.
Sectional finals at Brown Deer just meet well. It seems like boys and girls, I think, are there.
Yep.
Sheboygan Falls there, Dominican, 4-5, Brown Deer. What was it? On the reveal show for girls, Dominican's assistant coach, I think, was on there. So it was kind of funny when they said her school because they were like all like up in arms about it. All right, so over here, Lake Mills, Columbus won last night. North Fond du Lac, East Troy on Friday. Lake Country Lutheran. Wait, that makes no sense to me. Oh, Lakeside Lutheran won last night. Like I didn't see him on the left. Broadhead, Platteville, Prairie du Chien. Yeah, so that's that section. So we're gonna head to Division 2 now. Maybe we can see some of our Milwaukee area, and you get to see first of all the Tulsa East Red Raiders, one of the girls' basketball teams we actually saw in person this year, and one of their only loss we saw in person this year against Brookfield East. So that was quite a game over there. Let's see here. Scrolling down now, Wisconsin Lutheran, Golden Mayer, 6 o'clock on Friday. Pius, always pretty good girls basketball team over there as well. I like to call Pius the North State Fair because they're like north of there. Whitefish Bay, they're a well-rounded team here. Union Grove, here's one team. This is where I'm stuck. I can't give an answer on Division 2 because Union Grove's a well-rounded girls basketball team, but obviously Tulsa East is too.
I still think you got to give to Tulsa East. I think they've had. I mean, last year they got a taste of it, right?
Yeah.
Most of their team already has some experience, so they already know what it's like to be there. Why not go back? Right.
I look here at some upsets, some upset potentials. What's that final team down there? Whitnall. Yeah, Whitnall won on Friday.
Whitnall's had a pretty good year, but I mean,
outside Pewaukee.
Fun story. We were going to try to do the Pewaukee Whitnall game and think, I don't want to say it in this way, but like it was a blowout. So it was
Greenfield, Martin Luther. That'll be interesting one. Union Grove, Waterford. That's a Southern Lakes battle in the playoffs. Oh, I already went down that side. This side's all Madison area, kind of outside our area. West Salem. West Salem's a pretty good team. I remember seeing them last year when we were up in Green Bay. Reedsburg, Madison area. Edgewood. This is like the Madison side, I like to call it. Elkhorn.
Yeah, my pick overall in Division 2 is Tulsa East, though.
I'm gonna go. I think I was gonna take a team. I'm gonna take Madison Edgewood.
Explain.
Madison Edgewood has shown a lot this year. They were on that big winning streak. See, they're number 1 seed here. I definitely think they're gonna get the state because.
You think that could possibly be a matchup against Tulsa East?
Yeah, I think Tulsa East will be in the state championship. Yeah, I just think
that Tulsa East though, like they have so much depth that they're gonna be able to overpower almost anybody there. I mean, we saw them against Brookfield East. They struggled. Remember that we had that game on the Celestial Sports Network too. Mm-hmm. And but I mean, they've already been there, right? And I think most of their team is returning from last year. So this should be a special run for Coach Mary Merg. Special things they're doing over there in Tulsa.
Yeah, that was quite a turnaround because I think a couple of years ago they only won 3. No, more than a couple of years ago. I think it was probably 2020.
They lost to Notre Dame last year at state, right?
Which was a
really good team.
That was a really good team. And here's the interesting part. So here's the fun part.
Which one are we looking at first?
So we're gonna not the fun. They've all been fun parts, but Arrowhead's my pick out of this section.
Oh, we're in the
definitely, yeah. I would say Arrowhead is definitely a big favorite in this section. Oregon's pretty good too. Kettle Moraine, ever since they've been pretty good. They were really good a couple of years ago. They had the one that's at Minnesota now. She was on the team.
Something I want to look at is that right side of the bracket.
Yeah, so Muskego was my pick on this side. Racine Case versus Teneritas. I think Case wins that game.
I actually do think. Well, let's talk about the section a little bit first. Yeah, you go through the
And,
rundown first.
and here's one that people are gonna be like, really? 14 versus 3. I think Franklin, the 14th seed, is gonna beat Milwaukee Bradley Tech.
Oh.
They've shown some promising things. I know they've only won 4 games, but they've shown some promising things. So I think Franklin will win that game. King Central, West Tosha will win. Indian Trail, Audubon. I think Indian Trail takes that one on the
Horlick's
road.
going to beat Brad. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Horlick got a big win last night.
Yeah,
against
Riverside.
Yeah.
But I actually think early on this year we saw, I think it was the first game of the year, Muskego and Bradford matched up.
Yeah.
I think right now Bradford has the advantage over them. Unfortunately for the Muskego fans, I know a lot of Muskego people tune in, but I think that Kenosha Bradford has enough to get to state this year. There's schools on the rise right now. They won state softball last year, beat Carly Cali, whatever.
No, Milton. They beat.
Milton they beat,
Yeah.
right? They didn't beat Kakana, right?
Yeah, they fell the night before.
Yeah, but that's still a big accomplishment for a school like that to get to state and just down the road from where we are right now doing our show.
Mm-hmm. So,
they just got a new football coach. So
yeah, there you go.
big and uprising school.
And so did Racine Horlick, who we just mentioned. They got they're going to be getting a new football coach. Let's just say
A
that.
lot of new football coaches.
Racine. So my pick in Division 1 is Pewaukee. I'm picking them to beat Arrowhead in a 3-point game.
I'm picking Pewaukee to win in a 1-point game against Arrowhead.
So we both got good games. So
I think one of the Terrian twins is going to make I don't want to make it too dramatic, but
those Terrian twins are just something, man.
Michigan State commits, right?
I wish we could have had them on this year. Every school we wanted to get them on, and no, we can't let you come in. Okay. We almost had them on like 3 times this year.
Thankful for the schools like Brookfield East, though, that let us, who are always welcome to us, though.
Yeah.
And where else would we go? Muskego.
Yeah.
They were really welcoming we did Muskego versus Arrowhead girls. I don't remember that. Those were the only. Did we only do 2 games for girls this year?
No, we did 3,
3, right?
I think
3.
at least. Yeah, we did Tosa East.
Oh, yeah. We did Tosa East, Brookfield East, Arrowhead versus Muskego. I don't remember anything else.
We did one more. I swear we did.
I don't remember. It's hard for me to remember that.
No, we actually might have only done 2 because
Yeah.
we were supposed to do 3, but then the El McGuire fell out last weekend.
It's questionable right now if we're going to do a girls sectional, too.
Yeah. So we had a 30. That was a 30-point game at El McGuire last weekend, both games. So
Arrowhead won both.
Yeah. So we were supposed to be at the El McGuire last week.
That would have been our regular season finale.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, all right. Okay, I got to change the side now.
We went through that pretty fast.
Pretty fast.
Time flies by when you're having fun.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let me unshare this so people. We got documents on our computers. What's my computer at? 40%. Oh, good.
No, you're fine.
No, charge it now. Oh, I just clicked on girls again. I'm all over the place today. Maybe it's because it's warmer out.
Thank God the snow's melted.
Yeah. All right.
It's interesting pointing out, and I think you go to that sectional where with
I'm going Division 5 first.
Yeah, Division 5 and the sectional 3 on that left side.
Yeah.
How there's teams that get buys, but then all the other ones they don't have any buys.
Yeah, Division 5 is just a different breed over there. A lot of up north teams.
Not too many teams, right? That we have down here, but my overall pick in Division 5, it might surprise people, but I think Columbus Catholic's gonna run it back and surprise people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
Coach Konechny is doing a really good job.
There you go.
And they're in Marshfield too, right?
I think they're somewhere up there. Yeah. I'm gonna take. I gotta look through this. I haven't really even been looking through this. I don't want to keep picking 1 seeds. So.
My pick was a 2 seed in Columbus Catholic.
I don't know why I forgot to pick here. Let's see here. I keep scrolling through here. Man. Hang on a minute. I'm looking at my notes.
You can look here too if you need to. You're gonna use your Wii Sports.
I use stats to figure out who wins state championships. Sometimes I do, but for Division 5, which I'm not very, very, very familiar on at all, I'm going to use stats, and I'm going to take. Let's scroll down. Potosi.
How'd you find that? In the rankings.
Yeah. It looks like the Royal, whatever. I think that's how you say Royal. They're 24-0, but that's sometimes dangerous going to the playoffs because teams are going to want to play your A game every time they play you if you're 24-0. So it's kind of good to get that. I shouldn't say good to get a loss, but teams are like, we want to beat that team that is undefeated.
Bonduelle was on the network last week Wednesday too.
Are they in
That was
Division
really-
5?
Yeah, they're in Division 5. They're
Oh.
1 seed. Kind of want to change up the kind of scene of this though. I think Columbus Catholic has a good shot to run it back.
Division 4. This is where I'm going to make things interesting.
Or do we want to run down the matchups first, maybe? If they...
I'll read them on the right. Well, this
Hey.
is section 3 and 4. We got Roncalli is the 1 seed. We got Valdez and Michigan 9 and 8. Manitowoc Lutheran versus Random Lake.
Pardon me. Bonduelle was actually in Division 4. I was on the wrong section.
Oh.
That's on me.
St. Mary Springs, number 4 seed. Howard's Grove, number 3 seed. Valley Christian, Reedsville, Cedar Grove, Belgium. Ozaki, I almost said that's. Oh my goodness. Cambridge, Kenosha Christian Life, Heritage Christian, both schools right near here. Milwaukee Juneau, St. John Northwestern, Academy Salam School, the Prairie School, Milwaukee Lifelong Learning, Clinton Destiny, Deerfield, and then on the other side we got Marshall's a 2 seed.
Come on, some work set.
Yeah.
This
Okay, so I gotta go.
Well,
I did 1 and 3 and 4. So that's kind of more our area. So now I'm gonna go 1 and 2. So, here's an interesting one. This is I went to Division 3. I was like, Freedom's in Division 3. Why are they in 4? Auburndale's a 1 seed here. Scrolling down.
Where you at?
I'm on.
We're still in 4, I thought.
Yeah, we are Division
Oh.
1 and sections 1 and 2. Okay. I'm gonna take Aquinas. Aquinas just seemed like they win at everything. We saw them at state baseball. They were in state football several times. It just seemed like a very winning school in lacrosse. I'm gonna take Aquinas in Division 4.
I'm going to go Auburndale.
All right.
Straightforward.
All right. Elijah says this. Elkhart North, you'll see Aquinas, in my opinion. Elijah thinks you'll see Auburndale at Spash.
I think you'll see Auburndale and Aquinas at the state championship, though. Then me and Matt Peck will make a bet on
Okay.
it.
I'm not even gonna read through this. I'm not even gonna read through this right now, and I'm gonna tell you right now that I'm taking MAS to win a state championship. What? I mean, Dominican wins this section right, this little top section. They'll play Milwaukee Academy of Science, unless Catholic Memorial puts something together. Maybe it's MAS versus Catholic Memorial Dominican.
MAS is a hell of a team, but I mean, yeah, they are going to win state.
Yeah.
I'll admit that, but I think a team that could actually possibly give them trouble at state is Freedom.
Yeah.
They got a really tough guy in Donovan Davis there, one of the big Wisconsin prospects. I think that he's only a sophomore too, so he'll be one of the Mr. Basketball candidates in a couple of years if things keep going right for him. But MAS, so talk about depth when you talk about a team there where you got amazing head coach in Agape Keys, a legend. His son, Agape Keys Jr., Jamarion Bateman, Iowa State commit. Who else we got? Deuce Burks, who's had several D1 offers. Devin Brown, several D1 offers. Amari Jackson. I could just keep going on. That's just how good Agape Keys team is.
Yeah, so then you got a chance for the regional final, St. Cat's playing Racine Lutheran, another rematch. That's going to be.
But let's run through a couple matchups first before we move on to the next division. I think I've seen some. Let's go to the top of the Dominican section a little bit here and talk about that matchups a little bit. Catholic Memorial, from what we've seen a lot, some guy who'd you say picked them to go for?
There's several people. They're like Catholic Memorial could go on a run, and there's a lot of upsetted people.
And the coaches poll on Wish Sports right now has him as a super or like in the top 10 now in Division.
Well, there's a lot of people upset about what Catholic Memorial got the 8th seed because they played Classic 8 all year, which was a down conference this year. Other than Kettle Moraine, they played a lot. They played D2. They played Freedom this year as well. They had Lakeside Lutheran 2 in there. Obviously, we saw them before the De Pere Wisconsin Lutheran game we did. So yeah, and then
just think having a veteran coach and Steve Showalter and a leader.
Yeah,
I think Aaron Womack has a chance to pass Diamond Stone on the all-time scoring list, right?
my family's heading that game. I might have to join them on Thursday.
They're
going to the game against St. Cat's.
You guys are actually going to that game?
I might. I don't know. Some of my family members are, but I thought about it. I'm like, we'll see.
Unk.
Yeah, Unk's going.
That's how many points away is he?
20 to beat it, 19 to tie it.
And it's kind of like what was it? Remember Matthew Klosky last week to get 1,000 career points? A guy like him, It's easy for him to get that out.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't get hurt, I think he should be able to hit that scoring record. And then if that time comes, I'll give my congratulations to him.
In this part, well, actually, Elijah was telling me this earlier.
What's up?
And he'll get it when I say this. And Elijah was telling me that no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to call any schools out.
Well,
I don't want to be that way.
Let's look. Here.
So let's read down the matchups. Go ahead. Brown Deer Catholic Memorial.
I think Catholic Memorial's got the edge on that.
Yeah.
Though. I mean, Brown Deer, they haven't had a super solid year. Let's talk about the matchups a little bit now for these lower divisions.
Carmen Northwest, Dr. Howard Fuller.
Big win for them.
Hmong American Peace Academy against University School of Milwaukee.
Hold on.
What?
Let me predict something here.
Oh.
I don't know that much about these two schools.
Yeah.
But I do think the 13th seed Hmong American Peace Academy is going to pull it off. I'm being serious too. Like they haven't had like a too big of a year, obviously, but I haven't even seen that much about University School of Milwaukee either.
All right, that's Elijah's pick.
Yeah.
You said Hmong's going to win state too?
No.
Milwaukee School of Languages 3, Kettle Moraine Lutheran 6, Kingdom Prep Lutheran 11, Brookfield Academy 7, Kewaskum 10, Oostburg is second seeded.
You don't want to talk about the matchups a little bit before?
I mean,
I got some analysis on some of these matchups too.
Right, go ahead.
I mean, Brookfield Academy. Actually, I don't know too much about them. Sorry.
Come on.
We'll talk more about the ones down south here and Academy of Science section. All right, let's get it.
Oh, MAS, yeah. What about them? They're just a very good basketball team. That's all I know.
It's straightforward. I already said it. They have so much depth on their team. So
St. Francis is going to pull the upset against MAS. You want to know why? Because there's several opponent league Rockies that go to St. Francis High School. Several of my baseball players go there, so I'm going to say
Are they my players too? Since I'm your statistician now.
Yeah, you're your coach. I'm going to at practice tomorrow. I'm going to say to them, I think you guys are going to go to the state championship. You're going to win it.
Well,
and they're going to be like, really?
In 2 hours, I'm about to be in a ruckus too.
Yeah, you're in a ruckus tonight. I'm in a ruckus tomorrow.
Yeah,
we'll flip.
Last practice of the year for rec basketball.
Yeah, so there, Racine Lutheran.
This is a section I could actually talk about a bit too. We can.
Racine Lutheran, yeah.
Racine Lutheran right down the street too, right?
Yeah. Racine St. Catherine's, yep, they're pretty good.
Oh, that's going to be I think Racine Lutheran and Cats are going to rematch in that regional final. Oh my gosh.
Sam Petroff versus Lamont Hamilton.
And two really good coaches.
Justin Hullum
and what's his name? I'm blanking out. I'm sorry.
Which one?
I interviewed him already too. St. Cat's coach.
Oh, Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan Thompson.
Yeah.
I was blanking out. But that's going to be a heck of a matchup.
Yeah.
If as given that they're going to beat Mesmer, Crystal Ray, Jesuit, and Audubon Technology, Milwaukee North, which I think they should. But winner of that game, it's a surprise, right? Because they get to play Milwaukee Academy of Science, the winner of that game.
And they get to play them at St. Cat's, possibly.
I do. Oh, yeah.
Lutheran.
Well, if St. Cat's plays there, they might have to flip it around, right? Oostburg might have to go be the host of that, and then they flip it around. But let me check real quick.
MAS is probably hoping that Lutheran wins for the travel's sake.
I'm gonna read how those first two matchups went real quick. My computer loads. So the first time they faced off, where are they? Wait, who am I on? St. Cat's. Racine Lutheran. Racine Lutheran beat them 75-72 in a close game at Racine Lutheran. Oh my goodness. They wasted a Lamont Hamilton 42-point masterclass that game too. And but Sam Petrov, Justin Jones, Bryce Austin, they were the big three of that game. And the second time around, I think so it's a split series, Matt Peck.
Yeah.
Racine Lutheran 1-1 and St. Cat's 1-1. The second time St. Cat's won 75-68. But that's why I think that game right now with the 2 and 3 seed, it's a toss-up.
Yeah. All right.
You looking at comments?
No, I was looking at something else.
Was I getting that bored?
No, the doorbell camera kept going off. I was like, "Who's at my door?" Okay, Division 2 now. All right. Start off with our friends at Brookfield Central.
Spoiler alert, we're going to be there.
Yeah, spoiler alert, Brookfield Central is our home school in the playoffs again for Zaleski Sports. So we will be there.
For at least the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, DeForest versus Reedsburg. One of the two we'll see on Friday night next week.
Maybe, given Brookfield Central wins, and the regional final will be there too.
Yeah. Beaver Dam, Milwaukee Marshall. Beaver Dam will take that one.
Yeah.
Portage, Baraboo. Baraboo, I think, takes that one. Golden Mirror versus Milwaukee Arts. Golden Mirror. Jefferson versus Monroe. I'll take Jefferson. Just spoil it with upsets.
Delvin Darien.
Wait a minute. When did they didn't play the playing game? Oh, that's next week. What am I doing? Jefferson, Monroe. I already read that one. Elkhorn, the number 3 seed, technically got to bye. I think they'll see Delvin Darien. Maybe.
Fort Stitt.
Monona Grove, Edgewood, Monona Grove.
No, this is the sectional 4 is where things really start to get interesting, where we talk more about this.
Pius will see Waterford on March 7th, in my opinion. I think Pius will beat Union Grove.
I think Pius will see him.
Burlington, Waukesha West. I think Waukesha West will move on. Waukesha West has been playing some pretty good basketball recently. New Berlin West will see Tosa East or Eisenhower. I think it'll be Eisenhower. It'll be the Battle of New Berlin, which West ends up taking.
It's going to be a good game.
Waukesha North, Wilmont.
Waukesha North.
We'll see Waukesha North at Whitnall on Friday. Racine Park, the 1 seed. They'll see Tenerife or Milwaukee Bradley Tech. I think
Tech's got that in my
they'll see Bradley Tech and Racine Park. I think goes the rest of the way.
And I do think that Greendale is going to take it over number 12 Cudahy. They've had a good year. They beat Pewaukee. How many games have they? They
hadn't beat them in 10 years, and they finally beat them this year.
Isn't that something else with another team you were talking about too that hasn't had a longer streak or something that we had a game on in that conference lately?
Greendale, Martin Luther. I have Martin Luther beating Greendale. Then the Battle of Greendale. So those two will play each other in the regional semis.
Winner gets Southridge.
Winner, I don't know. I think the loser should get Southridge, given what goes on there nowadays.
I do think. All right, let's keep going here.
Well, the winner. Let's just say the loser. No, the winner gets the whole city of Greendale. They're the best team in Greendale then for boys basketball.
Paul Wollersheim against Ryan Johnson.
Yeah. South Milwaukee, St. Augustine Prep. St. Augustine, I think, takes that one.
I think South Milwaukee takes it.
All right. St. Thomas More, Milwaukee Bayview.
Good old classic.
It'll be St. Thomas More versus Greenfield. And Greenfield will go to the sectional semis against Racine Park.
I think that's going to be a good one. They actually matched up where we are doing the show right now the first time they played.
Yeah.
That was a good game, too. An all-time classic.
All right. So the other side, I think Brookfield Central will get to the sectional semis and Wauwatosa West.
Well, my pick actually, let's see. Oh, this is a tough one in Division 2 for who's my pick for state here. I'm gonna get a little gutsy here.
Shut up.
We'll go with the Greenfield Hustling Hawks to win the Division 2 state championship game.
Like to win the whole thing?
Yeah. All right. Well, I think it's been something special that head coach Ryan DePaus had over there. This has been an amazing year. Obviously, maybe it was a trap game a little bit against Milwaukee Lutheran, but that was a good, hard-earned win from Milwaukee Lutheran. But
we'll just say,
always give credit.
We'll just say it this way, though. Racine Park had a trap game against Kenosha Bradford this week, too. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll just say Kenosha Bradford almost beat them the first time. But, well, I'll just say it this way. Whoever makes it to state out of this right sectional is going to have, so much to be proud of from the school, unless it's maybe a St. Thomas More who was just there last year. Racine Park hasn't been to state in so many years. Greenfield hasn't had a team at state in so many years as well. So if one of those two teams make it to state, those cities are going to be just so excited.
I think it goes the same thing with Racine Park. I did just predict it just because. Do you have a pick yet, or no? Is it too close for you?
I'm going to take Racine Park over. I'm not doing over here. I think who wins this sectional even? And I got to look at the other sectionals and see who I'd pick them over because I didn't even look at the other side yet. I think who would you have Greenfield playing in the sectional final? Waterford.
I'm gonna actually say Whitnall.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
That first time they met up was an absolute cinema at Greenfield, but I think Greenfield. I mean, Whitnall was supposed to win that game.
Yeah,
but good high IQ basketball from Ryan DePaus squad. I had him get it at the end of the day. High IQ plays win you big games, and third matchup possibly. He's sectional final.
He's got his team over there.
At Whitefish Bay.
Coming out of this sectional, I will have.
I actually got
Tosa West. No, wait, I got him excited there for a minute. Brookfield Central and
I'm gonna go with Tosa West in that section to get to the sectional final.
So you got Tosa West versus Greenfield in the sectional. No, what am I thinking? No, they're opposite sides.
See, this is where it gets tricky for me. In that bottom of that section, we don't know too much about these teams, but it's
I'm gonna pick
Fort Atkinson.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Mount Horror versus Tulsa West.
Fort Atkinson against
Tulsa West
West for
yeah.
me too.
So Tulsa West and Greenfield move out of Division 2.
To all the Brookfield Central fans, I only say that because I mean, I think Tulsa West really executed the plan last Friday against Brookfield Central, and I think that could be able to really overpower them. And I think, what do you think about that matchup again? A possibility of Brookfield Central versus Tulsa West.
I think Tulsa West has the advantage because they played better. Obviously, they played better, but they executed better on defense.
I said this like a million times on the broadcast too last Friday. I talked with head coach Chris Neubauer before that game. He said we got to be able to neutralize their big man Henry Gritzmacher, and he got into foul trouble early, and I think that set the tone. They weren't really able to get anybody else scoring other than Anthony Rise, right?
Okay, yeah, yes. So here, let's look on top here. We'll go to the top pretty fast. I think Notre Dame will take this section.
I didn't realize we went through the whole.
Yeah. Down here, Slinger. We saw them a bunch of times. Slinger Owls, obviously. Really.
Oh, my gosh. I totally forgot about Slinger. Hold on here.
Oh, there's a forfeit last night. Yeah. So Whitefish Bay will automatically play Friday night against Nicolet. Slinger Nicolet is my sectional semi, which the game we already had on this year. So we'll get to see it again.
I'm going to go.
Possibly. If I pick's right, obviously.
Wait, you said what for that matchup?
I'm having Slinger versus Nicolet for the sectional semi.
Yeah, I'll say the same. And then in the sectional set final, I'm going Ashwaubenon versus Slinger.
Okay, yeah, that's
Maury Allen's going to be enough to overpower Notre Dame, in my opinion.
Yeah, I forgot about Ashwaubenon, but they've had some streaky games, so I still think I got to take Notre Dame.
They play good against the Pier, though. That's something that I think should keep an eye on.
Well, so East is pretty good on this other side. I think I got them going to the sectional finals again, and they will defeat. Looking down here, La Crosse Central in the sectional semis, and what Wassa East will, and I think Slinger takes it to state.
On
that side.
So River Falls will take it on that top of the section to go to the sectional final, and then the bottom of that one, Mosinee.
All right. Division I, boys, and I've got some comments asking about Division I already. We're finally there, and we're going to get to your side first.
30 minutes in, I'm back in.
Kaukauna, the number 1 seed. And wait till our next segment when we had our Instagram followers predict who they think is going to win the state championship.
Might as well pull that up right now.
We're going to get to that after, and we're going to read your name, so we're going to expose you.
I'll read them. We'll get to that in a sec, though. Yeah. We forgot that. Did we do this we did it for girls, too?
Okay, so Wisconsin.
Well, let's run through this first, though.
I'll have Appleton West playing Kaukauna. Kaukauna will Neenah versus Hortonville. I got Neenah.
Neenah's, they always turn it up in the playoffs.
Yeah, they just find a way.
They'll be able to upset Hortonville.
Appleton North over Superior for me. Holman over Kimberly. Kimberly's got a lot going on there, unfortunately.
I think Holman's got that.
Yeah. Eau Claire Memorial, yep.
Eau Claire Memorial, don't watch out for them.
DC Everest, Wassa West. I don't know. I think I might take DC Everest. DC Everest had some ups and downs. Stevens, Spash over Hudson. Marshfield will play Appleton East. I will take I'll take Marshfield for now, and then Spash beating.
Now, so we can slow it down a little bit. Let's run through kind of like a rundown of how we feel about who can get to that sectional final now. I like Kaukauna, right? I mean,
Kaukana's just got a little bit more to get there. I think Kaukauna will get there.
Andrew Jensen, Keegan Van Kellenberg. I'm sure Brendan Retzoff could talk a lot more about them too, but you know what's a streaky game for them?
What?
That could be scary in a way.
What?
If they play Neenah.
Okay.
But you don't have anything on that?
Kaukauna versus Eau Claire Memorial is my sectional final on that side, in which Eau Claire Memorial takes it.
I'm tired right now, but I do think that Keegan Van Kellenberg and Andrew Jensen are a perfect Batman and Robin duo, and I think that'll be able to overpower a team that's been, Neenah's been a low seed like the last couple of years, and they've still made it to state,
You know what?
right?
I'm thinking back,
Last year they were what? Like a 6th seed or something like that, and they thinking
back.
Mark Miller picked them to go to state last year. I was like, wow, Mark Miller.
He's a Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz, right?
Kaukauna, you know what? Actually, I'm going to take Kaukauna. Eau Claire Memorial, if that MAS game would have been yesterday, I would have picked Eau Claire Memorial, but they just lost to Marshfield by like 35 points. So
I'm picking Eau Claire Memorial and Kaukauna to be in that sectional final.
And Kaukauna, I'm going to take.
The thing with Marshfield, sorry, Jason Zaleski, and your Marshfield Tigers, but I just don't. I mean, they lost the those big teams like Nina, they lost to the other night. They're a good team.
Brookfield Central,
They beat
lost
some
to.
teams out of state. I remember that watching a couple of those Florida games while we were at WBY Shootout. Brookfield Central, they struggled against them too, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of, if you think about it, that was when Brookfield Central started to get hot, right? Right after they beat them, because they had a slow start to the year.
Okay, yeah. So De Pere, the 1 seed on this side.
No introduction for them.
De
No
Pere,
need.
De Pere, we know them pretty well. Oh, we don't know that. Well, the whole state knows them. We'll just say it that way. Oshkosh West, Manitowoc, Lincoln will get De Pere and get beat.
Mm-hmm.
Germantown, Arrowhead. Oh, I got to take Arrowhead there. Even though it's going to be a close game.
I'm going Arrowhead too.
Yeah. Sheboygan North, Hamilton. Sheboygan North. I know Hamilton's playing some pretty good basketball right now, but
I'm actually going to go Hamilton.
all right.
that's a big
Pewaukee, Green Bay Preble, Pewaukee. Fond du Lac will beat Oconomowoc.
I got
Fond du Lac is playing absolutely phenomenal
I think they're
basketball.
on a long winning streak now too, so I got them too.
Menominee Falls, Brookfield East, Menominee Falls has been struggling recently. And Brookfield East,
If Menominee Falls played better this last week, I would have kind of had like a more consideration for it, but not this time around.
Oshkosh North, Bayport.
I got Oshkosh.
Yeah.
Easily.
Homestead. So then I'd look here and Homestead versus Oshkosh North. I would take Homestead. Oshkosh North. I know they have Xavier and Mitchell, but they just shown some teams, some falling apart this year.
I got
consistent problems.
Sean Kreider's team too, right?
Yeah.
I think he has a good shot to get in that sectional semi.
Now, Fond du Lac versus Brookfield East. I'm taking Fond du Lac.
Oh, I think I have to agree with that too because just like you said, they're hot right now.
Yeah.
And they're going to keep rolling.
And then sectional semis. We would have Homestead versus Fond du Lac. I would have to take.
I'm going.
I'd take
Fond du Lac.
Yeah, I'm taking Fond du Lac. They're just playing really good basketball right now.
Remember who they play at the Germantown Warhawk invite? Was it Kimberly?
Yeah, Homestead. So okay, I'm just making sure I'm not lost in the bracket here. So
yeah, Homestead. Yeah.
Homestead, Fond du Lac, and then we picked on top. Oh, we didn't even do
Homestead. We picked Fond du Lac to go to the sectional.
Yeah, but
final.
we didn't do this part on top yet.
Yeah,
so
we'll pick that now.
De Pere, Oshkosh. Obviously, De Pere wins. So it'd be De Pere versus Arrowhead rematch, the sectional final.
I think it'll be closer than what people think.
Yeah.
And it depends. I think Zach Kinziger will be healthy by then because I think it was just an illness. But I think Arrowhead. Craig Haas, they're a good coach team last year. Obviously, that with Bennett Bassage that overpowered them, but De Pere just has all the talent. So I got De Pere winning that.
De Pere here too. And then we would, and obviously your pick would be Hamilton, but I'd have
first.
Sheboygan North versus Pewaukee. I had Pewaukee winning, so it'd be Pewaukee versus De Pere, another rematch from last weekend.
I'll do Pewaukee De Pere as well.
Pewaukee De Pere, I have De Pere winning because Jack Kinziger will probably play this time, and it'd probably be a little bit different. And then the sectional final, it'll be Homestead versus.
I'm going De Pere too for that sectional final against
Homestead.
No, De Pere. Wait, I thought we picked Fond du Lac.
Oh,
or did you?
Wait.
No,
yeah, we picked Fond du Lac.
Yeah, we already did that
so
side.
Homestead, Fond du Lac will fall to De Pere in the sectional final.
De Pere's going to get to state again. They're back. And
they're back.
That's what Brian Winchester's got to sing, right? Back like I've never left.
All right.
And actually, De Pere, I have him. Yeah, go.
All right. Brian Rickert, your Kettle Moraine Lasers got the number 1 seed. 17-16, they will get Watertown or Madison East. Kettle Moraine beats those two. And then Beloit Memorial Middleton. It'll be Kettle Moraine at Middleton on. No, not.
I'm actually gonna go Beloit Memorial on this one. On Middleton, I just feel like Middleton just hasn't had enough this year. I mean, yeah, they've had some pretty good wins, but Beloit Memorial in that Southern Lakes Conference, they've had a couple of good wins down there as well. They've got a couple of guys that could score 30 or more points in a game, and I think that could, at the end of the day, speed out Middleton and Will Garlock.
Yep. So then there we go. We did Kettle Moraine, Beloit Memorial, or Middleton.
Yeah.
Down here, it's Sun Prairie East against Badger. Sun Prairie East.
Chris Davis Jr., man, just on a different level.
Madison Memorial versus La Follette. Madison Memorial.
It's going to be a battle of two close
Verona,
teams.
Waukesha South. Verona, Janesville Craig, Oregon.
Hey.
So Prairie West, McWanago.
You want to run down like who's going to win these games? Or do you just want to read them?
I'm reading it.
I was like, why are we going so fast?
Sun Prairie West, McWanago, and I said McWanago. Madison West, Janesville Parker, Madison West. So then we got Waunakee. We'll start down here versus Madison West, Waunakee, and then there'll be Waunakee versus McWanago, Waunakee. Oregon, Janesville Craig. I already said that. It'd be Oregon, Verona. Verona would take that.
I think Oregon's going to beat Verona.
All right.
That's my team, Oregon. They get to that sectional semifinal.
Medicine.
Do you think that Waunakee is going to get to the sectional final, though?
Madison Memorial against Sun Prairie East. Sun Prairie East, I think. Actually, yeah, Sun Prairie East, I think. I think they'll barely take it.
Sun Prairie East will match up against Kettle Moraine in the sectional semifinal, and then I got Kettle Moraine beating them because, Roman Thompson, Besters, Fremming, and all those guys. Brian Rickard as a coach, their defense is amazing this year. Kettle Moraine's my pick to go to state in that sectional.
Yeah, so I'll have Kettle Moraine against. Well, I gotta relook at this.
Waunakee for me.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. Kettle Moraine versus Waunakee. Kettle Moraine takes
I
it.
think Kettle Moraine, with how good their defense is, it's easy. So they got the pick to state for me.
Defending Division II state champions, Wisconsin Lutheran get the 1 seed. They will host Racine Horlick or Milwaukee Riverside. They will play Racine Horlick, in my opinion. Wisconsin Lutheran will win that one. They will play Marquette.
So just to clarify, are we predicting who's going to win first?
I'm just predicting. What I'm doing is I'm saying the matchup, and then right after I say the matchup, I'm saying the team that wins. So Wisconsin Lutheran, Racine Horlick, Wisconsin Lutheran.
Can I? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you can.
I was like,
if you want. Milwaukee Hamilton, Marquette.
Marquette. Yeah, I got them.
Franklin, Kenosha, Tremper. I got Franklin.
I got Franklin.
Okay. Oak Creek, Kenosha, New Trail. I got Oak Creek.
Oak Creek, yeah.
West Tosha Central, West Dallas Hill.
West Tosha.
Central, and then Milwaukee King, Muskego.
King.
King. Kenosha, Bradford.
I got them winning.
Bradford's playing some really good basketball. Watch out for them. Reagan versus Pulaski.
Reagan.
And so Reagan versus West Dallas Central.
I got West Dallas Central.
WAC versus Kenosha Bradford. I would take. I don't know. Kenosha Bradford's playing good basketball.
I'm going West Dallas Central.
Yeah, I think West Dallas Central's still got a little bit of edge there.
Pittman's going to have the size on everybody.
So then up here we would have Milwaukee King
versus West Tosha.
I'm gonna take Milwaukee King. They've been playing. They almost beat Racine.
I'm gonna take King too.
Yeah.
Here's a good one.
Milwaukee King versus West Dallas Central in the sectional semi.
West Dallas Central is going in the sectional final, in my opinion. Let's think of the depth again, right? West Dallas Central, good coach by Is it Anthony or David Malachnik? Is it?
It's David.
David Malachnik. Who else they got? Yusuf Gray. Yeah. I know they have an injury dealing with Max Jones, and that's what kind of killed them last year, right? They had a big injury, but we got a bigger matchup coming up with that 4-5 seed in our predictions.
So Marquette versus Wisconsin Lutheran. I'm taking Wisconsin Lutheran, and then obviously
Wisconsin Lutheran. I got them too.
Oak Creek versus Franklin. I'm taking Franklin.
See, let me talk about this matchup a little bit here.
It's tough.
Knowing us being in this rivalry a lot, we were a part of it obviously in high school, but 5-4 matchup at Oak Creek. Franklin's beat them both times. It seems like Ben Burgess and Jacob Mislich have been overpowering Oak Creek, and I do think.
It's tough. It's a tough one.
I'm actually going to go against you on this one. I think Oak Creek, it's hard for a team to beat someone 3 times. But either way, winner of this game has to play Wisconsin Lutheran, so I don't think it matters.
All right, so Division I, I am taking – we got to read our Division I state championships now. I'm going to take Kettle Moraine in the Division I state championship. They got a good defense. I just think that it's going to mesh well at the state tournament. I think they're going to beat Wisconsin Lutheran in the state championship.
I got Kettle Moraine beating West Dallas Central at state. I think West Dallas Central is going to beat Wisconsin Lutheran in the sectional final. That's my big upset of it here. All right, we ready to read some comments here now? All
right, let me just pull up the other segment. Let's get this off the screen. Catholic Memorial Basketball says, thanks for your coverage of boys hoops.
No problem.
Yeah, we should have had – we forgot – next year we'll have you on Catholic Memorial.
Good,
actually,
good
on the
team
network.
Going on there.
Yeah, actually on the network. Okay, so –
Gonna make some noise.
All right, let's get this off here just so people don't think we're talking about brackets no more. We're going to say – so I'm just going to pull this up on my phone too.
I got it too, yeah.
I'm just going to read what people – just in case people said it.
I could start too if you want. So Evan says Ashwaubenon for D2. What do we think about that?
Are you reading boys?
Yeah, I'm reading boys.
I'll do girls.
Or do we want to start off with girls first? You want to go first?
I will do girls. All right, so Klein Schmidt Joe says Shawano. I don't know much about them. I mean, they probably could make a run. D. Breezy says Milwaukee Reagan. I don't. That's a tough one. They'd have to absolutely go on a run to make that happen. Showtime Ben's move says MAS girls basketball. I mean, they were pretty good a few years ago. Cam Alarm says Waunakee. Waunakee, I think, has got up and down girls program. I think they're pretty good this year. And then Matt Stevens says Bayport. And Bayport, I think they play Germantown Friday night. I think Germantown might take that one. So that's your girls. Elijah will read off. We have tons of boys ones, so stay tuned. And there's a lot of big
Holy
ones.
cow, dude. All right. And then what I'll do here for this first, I'll kind of read it through.
Yeah.
And then I'll let both of us I'll do like a little bit of an analysis. We have time, right? we'll do a little bit of an analysis on it, right?
Yeah.
Both teams. So first, how do you pronounce? I'm just gonna say Evan. I'm just gonna call him Evan.
Yeah.
As he says, Ashwaubenon for Division II. That's a good pick.
Mhm.
I mean, Amari Allen. That's a really big pick. Ripon. Unfortunately, I don't know too much about him.
Like I said about Milwaukee Reagan's girls, they'd have to go on an absolute run to do it.
Yeah. WAC. I'm assuming West Dallas Central. That's what.
Yep.
T. Jesse says number 7. That's a really good pick. That's my pick for to get to the state championship. I don't think they're big enough to beat Kettle Moraine yet, but that's a really good pick. D._Breezy says Reagan for D1. Is that the same person?
Yeah, it's the same group.
Said it too. And then one of our own guys, Brendan Retzoff, said, "Don't sleep on Kakana. They are one of the highest scoring teams in the state." Like I said, I mean,
they're pretty good. Yeah.
At WBY, we saw Keegan Van Kellenberg. I think he's the best shooter in the state. Shades of Jordan McCabe, right?
I'll just give you a hint before the next one. The next one's a little obvious, bias.
But yeah, I know. But what are your thoughts on Kakana?
I think Kakana definitely could get there. I mean, obviously, my predictions aside, they can definitely get there and they can definitely win it. They got a very experienced head coach, Mike Shallow. I mean, I think that's how you say his name, but he's obviously won it with Jordan McCabe. I think they want to stay with him.
And I've said it already. Andrew Jensen and Keegan Van Kellenberg. That's like a Batman Robin duo right there, and I think that's enough for them to I think they should get to state. Honestly, I mean, Nina's going to be a hard team to beat, but the next person that says it, Menominee Falls High School Student Section. I wonder who they picked, right? Menominee Falls themselves.
I would too if I were running a student section.
I mean, when we were back in high school, we did pick our team too. Well, I didn't pick my team actually, but I mean, Menominee Falls. Remember, they almost came back against Brookfield Central, but I don't think they're. Who did they play round 1? They were the 11th seed, right? I forget already. I'm blanking out.
Who?
Menominee Falls. They're the 11th seed. They're playing
Brookfield East.
Brookfield East, yeah. That's a conference matchup, but I think that Brookfield East has it enough. They've had a good year. Carmen Northwest Showtime. Bean Smooth says
maybe last year they could have went on a run, but yeah, they were better last year.
They had to run into Mario Makatre and Saku Kone. Yeah. Caden Pierce says Southern Door.
A run would be needed for that.
Yeah. Jake Chrisman, Brookfield Central.
Well, I mean, there's a chance for that to happen.
Anthony Rise has to get hot, though.
Well, let's just keep it this way. If we want to keep working,
yeah,
we need Brookfield Central to start winning.
Well, I do think they have a good shot, though. Yeah. I mean, this is probably better. Last year, they were like a 4 seed last year.
Yeah.
1 seed this year. They moved down a division. Dan Wandry doing some special things. He's already won one with them, too, right?
Yeah, he won one in 2019. And he had a good team. He had a really stacked team.
I think it's all going to depend on how good everybody does all around. I mean, they lost last Friday against Tosa West, right? And then it was because their defense was able to keep Anthony Rise in check. I don't think he even got to 25 points or 20 after scoring 46. It's like, remember what we were saying on that broadcast? They kind of had a big run going on, or they watched our film probably. Chris Neubauer probably to kind of get a sense of it. So. Yuli Cassio says Lake Country Lutheran High School.
Well, they're a sneaky team. They could possibly get there on a run, but I mean, their run is definitely a lot better than some of the other schools we said with a chance.
L. Johnson 8 says Oak Creek. Well, I mean,
different sectional possibly.
It's a better year this year. I mean, I do think, in my opinion, they have a good shot to get to that sectional semi. Yeah. But then, obviously, you have to play Wisconsin Lutheran, so they're on a different level. I like what Eric Howell's been doing there in his second year as a coach, getting the team on the map again, putting him in the top 10 in the coaches poll at one point this year, right? They've had a special run.
Let's just say we'll put West Dallas Central 2 years ago in this section and Wisconsin Lutheran back in Division 2. Oak Creek would go to state.
Oh, yeah.
This year.
And then they're led by a really good senior in Daniel Franklin IV. He's been amazing. And then Copper, to move on here, Copper Allen 10 says Ashwaubenon. We've already kind of covered them a little bit here. Same thing again.
Team.
Good teams, yeah. MKE_Evan25 says MAS. Oof, that's good. That's a really good pick.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing needed to say. Like I've said it earlier in the broadcast, right? I mean, in our show, they got a lot of talent on their team, a lot of depth, and I think I think they're unanimously like a state champion this year.
Yeah.
Luke_Kruger14 says New Berlin West. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, we saw them a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, they had a down game. They were on a big winning streak. They lost to Pewaukee, but New Berlin West, I mean, they're a team. They've won some big games this year, definitely, but they like a lot of the other teams, I said they would need an absolute run to get there and be able to do it. But like I said, though, I mean, they're not a terrible team. Like they're a pretty good basketball team. Like they did pretty well in the Woodland West this year, which is a very tough conference.
I mean, yeah, I would have to agree on that too. Brookfield East, RJ Horton says They're having a good year.
Yeah, they're doing a lot better than last year.
I
That's
think
for
just
sure.
being in the Greater Metro, we've seen that a couple times. They've lost to some of the other teams, right? But
Yeah.
the Greater Metro, talk about that conference, man. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's been like, like what pinball? What's that game called? Pinball?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like pinball with how the conference turned out this year. As could end in a 3-way tie, but that's a pretty good pick. I mean, I think they're the 6th seed.
Yeah.
But Coach Joe Ruggs has been there before to state.
Oh yeah, he was there in 2019. Was he there with Brookfield Central?
Yeah, I think so. The only unfortunate thing is in
He
that
lost
section.
to Tyrese Halliburton one year.
I think Brookfield Central's in that same boat as Oak Creek. They're in a tough sectional too. I think if you put them in a different sectional, they have a better shot. But I do think that Brookfield East, they at least win the first 2 rounds, in my opinion. All right. Nate Davidson says Ron Colley.
Yeah, they're pretty good this year. I think they're 1 seed right now. So yeah.
X.Cato23 says Racine Park. Oh yeah.
J.C. Robbins. Yep, he can do it this
Jackson
year.
Moss, Isaiah Robinson, Zari Gwynn. And then those are my top 3 guys on that team. I hope I'm not missing too many guys. All the Becker brothers, Cole and Cam. Just good depth in general. They lost the Kenosha. What are you doing, bro?
Yawning.
They lost the Kenosha Bradford like a couple. What was it? A couple days ago, right? Tuesday was it?
Mm-hmm.
And I do think that was just a little bit. That was a hard one for Bradford, but I do think that Park will regain their confidence for the future.
Yeah.
Juju 180-411. This is a good underrated pick.
Yeah, I know.
Fond du Lac, right?
Mhm.
Fond du Lac.
This would be the team that
On a big
competes.
win streak, yeah.
This would be the team that competes the Cinderella story.
Yeah.
That would be the team this year. Fond du Lac
As a 3 seed, and then HBW_Flick says Sun Prairie East. I have a question mark with them. Though.
They get hot. They can do it. Possibly.
I have a question mark with them.
Getting there.
They need defense for that. I'm not watching them at the Pfizer prep event when they played Spash, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like their defense against them. They gave up way too many threes against Spash, and I really just think that Sun Prairie East, if they can really put together a good defensive battle and help out Chris Davis on the offensive end, I think they have a shot. But until then, I don't think they're going to get there.
All right.
And then the last person, Zachy says Slinger. That's a good pick. The Conan brothers, Brett Palm, great coach, and Zach Levine, Alex Levine.
Yeah.
But that's all these are good picks that everyone said. We had a really big list here for all around the state in boys.
Yeah.
Good picks.
All right, so that's our list. That's how everyone that submitted to us. Obviously, some will still come in, and we'll read them after. Like, this thing is stories expired, so it's got 7 hours to go. I'm sure someone else will send something, but unfortunately, you missed out on the show deadline, and we'll still see it, and we can still make fun of you next week. No, I'm kidding. Finally, we're going to talk about something that was announced yesterday. So yesterday, the athletic director of UW-Madison, Chris McIntosh, and Stephanie Hauser, the WIA, they met at a press conference somewhere in Madison, and they discussed that they are extending the WIA state championships that are currently played in Madison through 2033. So, state football will remain at Camp Randall. I know a lot of people want it at Lambeau Field. That won't happen for at least 10 more years. State basketball will remain at the Kohl Center. Softball will still remain at Goodman. I think there's a tennis state is played through the recreation, so that doesn't count as part of the contract. But there's a golf state tournament there too as well. There's several things. So there's a lot of good things going on there. So there's a contract reached yesterday with UW-Madison and WIA, and the big talk that everybody came out and talked about. And I'm not going to bring up what the reporter asked, which was totally not related to what yesterday was about. It was about what stuff that's going on in the country right now. But the one thing that I wanted to bring up is you were going to bring it up was the girls basketball being played at the Kohl Center too. That people are asking why.
Well, I do think. Should I say who said it or no? No.
I don't know. Well, we should probably ask her ahead of time if you want to know.
I'm not going to say who said it, but some people I've saw on Twitter said that girls basketball, it should be fitting that they move their state tournament from the Resch Center in Green Bay to Madison as well, which I do think is a good idea. But I still think, how would the crowd turnout be though? I know Resch Center's smaller, right? Resch Center's smaller.
Yeah.
It fills up pretty well there, but I think it would be a good idea. But I think you kind of, since their state tournament's a little bit earlier, you kind of got to work with the Kohl Center a little bit more, with the Badger schedule. I don't know. They'll probably be in the conference tournaments, I guess, by then. But
see, WIA schedule is weird this year because the schedule's 1 week later. Because I know schools don't get out till June 12th this year, which is extremely late.
State basketball is a week later too this year,
and then state football was definitely, and state baseball is not till after Father's Day this year. That's crazy.
That's
late.
Weird to say.
Yeah. So that's our last task for today, and obviously we're gonna be back here next Wednesday. We're gonna start doing this every Wednesday.
Talk
Obviously.
about girls sectionals next week,
Yeah.
and then talk about boys regionals.
What happened to the boys? We'll preview boys regionals. We started predicting teams, but those games aren't until next week.
Oh, we could.
We took away from next week's material. We can do it again. Maybe our picks will change next week. So we'll talk about girls sectionals next week. That's mainly going to be the main topic of the show. And then the week after that, we'll talk about boys.
One more reminder too to everybody: we'll be at Brookfield Central next Friday for the regionals. To say that.
All right. So it's great seeing everybody. We've obviously enjoyed, and we actually just officially hit an hour. So that means it's time to go to bed. All right. So
time for me to coach.
Yeah, time for you to go yell at some kids.
Yep. One last time for practice.
All right. Good evening.
See you guys.
See you guys. We're off the rest of this week. Otherwise, just stay tuned and just see what's going on. We'll be back here next Wednesday. Probably, we might actually be back here earlier next week because of other stuff going on in the evening. 3:30 possibly. No, maybe 4 still. I don't know.
Next Wednesday?
Yeah.
Oh, all
we'll
right.
talk about it after.
All right.
All right. Have a good evening, guys. We'll see you later.